Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Pearl for all the people who are new here, all the people who are returning. Hi guys, welcome back. So guys, on today's video, we are going to be talking about the calling that comes from being a parent. Guys, like this is something that I've been thinking about, that I think that that I've been wanting to talk about mainly because of I am a parent, and with me becoming a parent, God has been unlocking certain things within me. He's been talking to me, speaking to me, just saying the things about how I'm supposed to steward this season that he has allowed me to enter, which is gonna be which I'm gonna be in for the rest of my life, because I'm gonna be a parent until I die, right? Anyway, um I feel like a lot of people don't take it seriously being a parent because it's not that deep to them. But I want to shine light on a few things, right? Okay, so the first thing that I want to say is that this is a very heavy calling. A lot of people will say that it's not that deep, but being a parent can maybe, what if it's your only purpose on this planet? What if it's the calling that God has called you to? Because you might think that it's so small, but it's actually not, because it's a very heavy responsibility that I think that you have to take on as an individual. Because guys, being a parent means that, do you understand that you directly influence the relationship that your child is going to have with God? You, as a parent, you directly influence that. As a mom, as a dad, whatever, as a parent, you directly influence that, because the way your child sees you is the way that he is going to potentially see God when he has a relationship outside of you with God. That is, like, literally, if you used to shame him, he's going to think that God shames him. If you used to talk badly about him or uplift him, or the way you act, the way you parent, the way you steward this season of your life, this calling on your life, the way this purpose on your life, the way you steward it is so important, because of the way you are with your child. It's a direct correlation to the way he will think God is with him. So if you are bad towards him, he's going to think that if you punish him in such a way, like, I don't know, he's going to think, like, I know personally that the things that I've experienced, I directly link them to God. The way my parents have treated me, I directly link it to God. And there's certain behaviors, of course we're human, so we're gonna make mistakes, but there's certain behaviors where God is like, that's not how I am. I know that's how you were treated, but that's not how I am. That's not how I am. And it's because now I have a relationship, my own personal relationship with God, and I get to see him the way that he truly is, and I get to experience him for myself. So you being the parent, it's a blessing though, because you get to have this thing where you get to steward and you get to show your child how God is, how God loves them. And when you tell them that, wait a minute, I love you even when you do something wrong. I love you. When you present that, when they go to God, they're not gonna doubt, like, does God love me? Does he? Like, no, he does. Because my mom used to do this, my dad used to do this. He treated me this way. God is a father. Oh, okay. Okay, and it makes them walking with God easier. Let me say that. Easier, because they don't have a toxic view of God. So God doesn't have to come in and break that off first, because you already stepped in. Well, not with your power, but God already allowed you to step in and steward that. And because you stewarded it correctly, it becomes easier for your child to transition in their relationship with God. It becomes easier for your child to trust God because they trusted you. I'm just saying, guys, relationships are so important, right? They are so important. They're so crucial. Shh. Okay, so my son just woke up. So if you hear sounds, babbling sounds, talking sounds, screaming sounds, it's because of he is awake. But anyway, um, being a parent, can I say this? Ne? You cannot expect your child to go learn about Jesus from church and not from you, because I don't know how to put this, right? I don't know how to put this, but there's so many people in church that don't have good intentions. There's so many people in church that have got their own agendas. Okay, even the enemy goes to church. Okay, like he has his little minions go to church. Okay, so that he can pull you in to him, to his kingdom, right? So if you expect your child to learn about God just from church, like, I'm not saying that your child should not go to church. Your child should go to church, but he shouldn't just learn about Jesus from church. He should learn about God from you. Guys, being a parent is like enrolling your child in discipleship, a discipleship program. That is what it is. It is, you need to be able to teach your baby about God. And you know what I've realized? Being a parent, kids watch us, guys. I was looking at my son. I was reading the Bible the other day, right? He's 7 months, right? I'm holding the Bible, I'm reading it. He's sitting right here next to me, and I'm trying to read this, and he's like touching the papers. He also wants what I have. He wants to participate in what I'm doing, right? That is how a child is. From 7, not even from 7 months, it's been a long time now, right? But look, he's so young, has no idea what the Bible is. He has no idea what I'm doing, but he wants to participate. He wants it near him. He wants to touch, he wants to taste, he wants what I have, right? Meaning he's looking at what it is that I'm doing, and as he gets older, of course, he's going to want to participate in every single thing that I do. If I'm cleaning, he's also gonna wanna come and clean. If I'm cooking, he's also going to want to come and cook. He is looking at what I am doing. He's looking, and he wants to participate. So if I am always reading my Bible, always with Jesus, always doing what the Lord has asked me to do, that is exactly what my son is also gonna do. Because that's all he knows. Mommy does this. Mommy reads her Bible. So you know what? I'm also going to read my Bible. Mommy never skips a day without reading her Bible. Never. Every night mommy prays. Mommy prays in the morning. Mommy prays during the day. Mommy prays at night. Mommy is always in prayer. That's what he's going to know, because that's what mommy does. Right? That's what mommy does. And he wants to be with mommy all the time. Right? Like, that's all I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you are the teacher in a discipleship program, and a whole lot of parents are failing their kids, which is fine. It is what it is. God is a restorer. He's a redeemer. He will redeem. He will restore. But imagine how much good you are doing when you already just automatically steward what God has given you correctly. Imagine what good it is that you're doing to his kingdom. Imagine the change that you are bringing to his kingdom just by stewarding the baby that stewarding the season that he has you in, which is being a parent correctly. Because you don't know the lives that your son is gonna touch when he is older and walking with Jesus. You don't know what he's gonna do. You don't know what God has called him to do. So you just stewarding what the season correctly has got a huge impact on God's kingdom. Each and every one of us have got a huge impact on God's kingdom. All of us, period. But, guys, that is why it is so important to personally have a relationship with God. As a parent, it is very crucial, it is very important to have a relationship with God, because your kids see that. Do you know the amount of people that don't have? I remember having this friend. I have this friend. She's like, my parents are not religious. I don't know religion, right? But unfortunately for me, she was just there to lead me astray. I was unfortunately she did not was not interested in learning about Jesus. So I was like, okay, I'm not interested in being misled. So I had to cut the friendship. So yeah. But like she didn't know God and she wasn't interested, but at the same time, it's because her parents don't have a relationship with God. They don't. She was like, we don't have a religion, we just live. You know, no judgment. I'm observing, not absorbing, not judging. Okay? I'm not judging. I'm just observing. There's a difference. There's a difference. But that is why it's so important. Our kids learn from us. And I'm so excited to steward this little boy. Like, I'm so excited to help him become to be a part of his journey and help him become a man of God. You know, because we need men of God. In this society, we need men of God, true men of God who loves Jesus and would do anything for him, you know? But anyway, guys, this video is going to be short. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe and come back for my next one because it is going to be nice. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.